Hi guys. Okay, so I got a comment yesterday by someone called Screamer171, and they wanted to know in regards to laying a compass, and basically asked if I could give any reference into any good books that explain it through detail, or if I could also show them. So what I'm going to do today is I will show you how to lay a compass. Pardon me. This is going to be a demonstration. Um, But in terms of a good book that I can give you as a reference is Peter Paddon, A Grimoire for Modern Cunning Folk. It's called The Crooked Path, A Grimoire for Modern Cunning Folk. Look it up on Amazon. It is absolutely brilliant. It pulls apart laying the compass and it explains it in detail. And the author Peter Paddon is absolutely brilliant. He's the Magister of the Briar Rose Coven, and they pull from various different Welsh sort of traditions, and it's just brilliant. You know, it's really a good book. It's a good read as well. It's interesting. You know, but in terms of laying a compass, he really knows his stuff. Okay, so let me just explain a little bit about laying a compass. Laying a compass is all about waking up the earth. It's all about tapping into the land, tapping into the spirits of the land, waking up the spirits of the land and connecting with them. It's basically saying, I am here. I've got my little point sheet. You know, working with the energies and the spirits of the land is a huge part of traditional witchcraft, and the reason why it is good is because by working with the spirits of the land, by tapping into the earth, we can manipulate the people around the land, we can manipulate the situations around the land, so that's why it's good. You'll also see we'll light a candle for the spirits of the land as well. You know, just out of respect as well. It's also about respecting the spirits of the land and respecting the earth. It's having respect for the earth and having respect for the spirits of the land. It's also a huge part of it is about travel, it's about journeying. That's why it's very shamanic. Traditional witchcraft draws a lot from shamanism. It's very shamanic. It's, you know, in Wicca, as I said in my last video, when you cast a circle, you call up the gods, but when we lay a compass, we travel to the gods, we travel to the spirit world, we travel to the fae, we travel to the little people. You know, a lot of the times when I lay a compass, I imagine myself going down stairs into the underworld, journeying into the underworld to meet my, to meet my counterparts, familiar, to meet my gods, to meet my spirits, to meet the little people that I work with, etc., to meet my ancestors as well. Now, normally when someone lays a compass, we go widdershins, which is anti-clockwise. Throughout history, you know, anti-clockwise was seen as the witch's way, was seen as a way of witchcraft. Because we go widdershins, what we do is you're going against the natural flow of the universe. We're going against the way that things should be because we're changing the world around us, which isn't normal. And that's a huge thing you kind of need to accept. Witchcraft isn't normal, you're changing the natural way of the world. But by tapping into the spirits of the land, by connecting with the earth, by having respect for the earth, we can change the way of the world around us. As well, normally when we lay a compass, we do it with traditionally a stang. Now, a stang represents the axis mundi, the world tree. It represents heaven, the underworld, and the universe. I was going to say hell then. It represents heaven, the underworld, and the universe. So it's a good way in which to lay a compass. It's normally the fault bit that is dragged along the ground. Now, it's also done with a besom, a broomstick, which is behind me. It can be done with a wand or a blasting rod. Now, I use my wand to do this, and I can't do anything else. It doesn't feel right. You can also do this with the left foot. Now, whenever we hold a stang or a besom or the wand, it's in the left hand. The reason why it's left is because historically left was always associated with witches. because the word witch hasn't always been a good term and originally wasn't meant to be a good term, left is associated with the unclean path, the unclean hand. In India, when people used to wipe their bums after going to the loo, they used to wipe it with the left hand. The left is meant to be the devil's path. So it's, you gotta remember, traditional witchcraft is a reconstructionalist religion. So it's going to use things from history that say certain things were associated with witches. So, let's begin. Okay. So the first thing we do is we kneel in front of the altar and we state why. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this action? What do you want to lay a compass for? You know, so if you are healing somebody, say, I would like to lay this compass in order to send healing to such and such. I would like to lay this compass in order to cast a love spell. I'd like to lay this compass in order to hurt someone. Whatever, it's your choice. And state why. And it's all about having respect as well. Have respect for the land, have respect for the earth, the spirits of the land, the gods, your familiar, your ancestors in which you work with. Always have that respect. Now, to start off with, we are going to, it's almost like keeping a crouch and dragging your stand or your wand or your besom around. And what you do is like you drag it into the earth. It's like you were ploughing the earth, you were pulling the earth up, you were imagining that you were going deeper and deeper and deeper into the earth. And to start off with, normally it's two things, but I just do the one thing. I hiss, I take deep breaths and let out a long hiss, or you can also chant as above, so below, as above, so below, as above, so below. I just hissed, and I'll just show you what I do. So, with the left foot. It's like you were dragging that foot with the besom, with the stang, etc. So the hissing or the chanting gets you deeper into trance. It makes you go deeper and deeper and deeper. Your next step then is to grab the chalice or a wine glass. I started off when I was like 11. I used to use a wine glass. I had a wine glass full of water, and you go, you wash your face with it, and you wash your hands with it, and you say, I baptise myself in the name of the horned god of witchcraft and sorcery. Now, of course, we all know where this comes from. This comes from history, where people used to say that witches used to baptise themselves in the devil's name. We are baptising ourselves in the horned god's name because the horned god was given the role as the devil. It's in traditional craft, it's kind of a little bit of a crossover, but not too much. You know, like, I would never call the horned god the devil, because I believe the devil is a separate entity from the horned god completely. So I would say, you know, I baptise myself in the name of the horned god, in the name of the horned god of sorcery, and say various names, Canunus, Han, Pan, you know, I baptise myself in your name. Then, yay, you got one. A penny, or if you're in America or Australia or whatever, a cent, you know, anything. Just like in England we use a penny, and you get the penny and flick it, and you say, I give this penny to the spirits and the forces of the land. So it's showing that you are lending the land, it's showing that you are lending you're borrowing that land, and it's out of respect. It's giving a gift to those spirits, you know. So, you know, just flick it anywhere, and just say, this is to the spirits, out of respect that I am lending this land. Then, if it's outside, which 9 times out of 10 traditional witchcraft it will be, you light a bonfire. You can light a candle, but it's recommended a balefire, which is a witch's bonfire. If it's indoors, you light a candle. And when you light the candle, you say, I light this candle for the spirits of the land. If it's a balefire, I light this balefire for the spirits of the land. I also do this as well. This is my separate thing. I light this candle to the witch goddess, fiery creatrix of all the universe and all the world. I offer you respect by giving you this fire. And that's it. And then you do what you do. Then you go ahead and do your spell. Now we break this apart a tiny bit. You've got the ploughing of the earth. You've got the hissing, the deep breath as we crouch and go lower and lower and pretend that we, you know, visualise that we are going deeper and deeper into the earth. That is earth. But the hissing, the air, that is air. When we come back, we take the chalice or the wine goblet and we baptise ourselves with water. We light a candle for the spirits of the land. Fire. So earth, air, water, fire. All 4 elements in there covered. You know, so you are incorporating the elements into that. It's just a symbolic action. It all pieces together, and when you lay a compass, it's a brilliant it works. You know, it works to connect to the land, to the spirits of the land, to the earth. It works, and it's a brilliant method. You know, some people don't lay a compass though. Some traditional witches are like, no, I don't need to lay a compass. I do. I can't get out of it because I enjoy it. In terms of closing a compass and stuff like that, just thank the energies that you're working with, and say farewell, goodbye. Say goodbye to them and thank them. Done. In terms of a compass, if you want to leave the compass and go back in, it works the same way kind of as a circle. You know, you could lay the stang across. Traditionally, it's the broom. You lay the broom across the compass and you cross through, so it represents the broom travel, so you can travel between 2 worlds. Again, the shamanic thing into it. Laying a compass is very, very shamanic. Right, I think I've done enough here. I think I've said enough, and yeah, so that was a demonstration on how to lay a compass and a brief explanation. In terms of books and referencing, if you do want a good book, Peter Padden, Grimoire for Modern Cunning Folk, it's amazing. It's got visualizations in there that you can do, and it's just it's a really good read as well. It's very interesting. It's a very good book. So yeah, over and out, and I hope this helps. Any feedback is welcome. Over and out.